better than punching yourself in the face. Eddie's Funhouse. It's better than punching yourself in the face. Hi, welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. It is almost Halloween. But I'm not going to wait. It's working now. Hey, I was wondering what the heck was going on. I was watching numbers appear and then disappear. And I thought, this always happens on my live. On my live is when the chat decides not to work. Do you have a guitar? No, I do not have a guitar. You were typing, and I was wondering why you weren't. Yeah, why I was not responding, because the chat was not working. That's always terrible. That's terrible when that happens. I have no control over that. I think my live is the only live that does that. I love you too. Welcome. Welcome back. Do you feel festive when you hear this song? La cucaracha, la cucaracha. You went to London. All right. What's it like there? Was the weather wonderful? You Miss Frosty always. Hello. Told me you were. I'm number one. I love Miss Frosty. You're not very far from London? Can you show me your house? Why do you want to see my house? Why? Why do people want to see my house? It's not, well, it's always a bit messy. Houses are always a bit messy. It's been a few weeks since I've seen you. I know, I did a live last night, or yesterday evening. I guess I do them at random. Every time I plan to do a live, it doesn't always go well. Why do you want to see the inside of my house? I hope Edgar stopped that. Oh, why do? Yeah, I think he did. I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. I think he's found somebody else to bother. Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice not to have somebody rattling your cage? You cannot be moderator. I do not want any moderators. Moderators have done nothing but make my life difficult. Yes, peace at last. Isn't that nice? Just in time for Halloween. Just in time for Christmas, for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve. Let's see another tune. What other tune can I play? I've been watching your shows from the beginning. Thank you for that. That's encouraging to know that somebody is actually watching these shows. This is actual watchable material. Did your mom get her dentures in? Yes, she did. Yes. She doesn't seem to like them, though. She always finds reasons not to wear them. Yeah, it has been. What was it? April of last year. I think April of last year was when I first started really getting into this. Hopefully it'll turn into something. All I need now is to get paid. That'd be nice if I can get some sponsors, get some people who I can advertise for. This show is brought to you by Rubber Gloves. Hello. You said hello already. That sounds like a 6-year-old. Hello, remember me? Hello, I am her mother. Hi there. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I hope I'm behaving myself. This is a family show. I've been doing more family shows lately. That's cool when parents check out what their kids are watching. I want to see what little Susie's watching today. You say that every day, that you enjoyed our days in special ed together. Special education. We needed to be specially educated. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. I guess that's all I have to do to get the chat working and start all over again. G'day! It is Rodolfo. Welcome back. It's still daylight outside. The last few times it's been dark. It was dark yesterday, I think, when I did my last live. I'm going to have a Halloween party. If all goes well, everybody can join. Everybody can sit around in their Halloween costumes on October 31st. Would I marry you if you're obese? I'm a little obese. They call it cosmetically obese. I think I'm cosmetically obese. I'm not morbidly obese, just a little chubby. I notice I lose weight and then I gain it back. I wish I could be consistent. I want to be consistently skinny. Will I marry you? No, I'm sorry. I hate to break your heart. I'm not the marrying kind. I don't think I could stay true. Why do you want to marry me? I'm getting marriage proposals from people of the same gender. Gender seems to be a tricky question nowadays. Nobody knows what gender is. That's okay. I hope I didn't lose your love. I don't want to lose your love tonight. 2 marriage proposals. Wow, that's right. That's what happens when you become famous. You start getting marriage proposals. You're I'm a bachelor. That's right. I'm a permanent bachelor. Always a bridesmaid and never a bride. Everybody loves Eddie. I'm a dude for sure, but I act like a femme, a femo man. La femme. That's how you say it in French, la femme, when you refer to the female. La femme. Like Pepe Le Pew. Wasn't Pepe Le Pew French? Oh, oui, oui. I love you. He always loved people who didn't love him. Pepe Le Pew. Oh. He was a hopeless romantic. And he stunk because he was a skunk. I can't think of how to say it. You can't think of how to say it? Rodolfo likes you. Are those hot dogs? What are those little... They are hot dog. Hot dogs. That's what I'm having tonight for dinner. Chili cheese dogs. To raise my high blood pressure. Hot dogs with chili on them. From the can. Chili from the can. Has lots of sodium. I think that's one thing I need to lay off of, is sodium. That's probably why I'm retaining so much water. I need not retain water. I don't think I'm retaining too much water. I haven't had to take my my water pills, which is good. I forgot the name of my water pills. It's a diuretic, I know that for sure. You're gross. Gross. A lot of us are gross by today's standards. Standards has gone down considerably low lately. I've been watching people who are considered to be celebrities or considered to be celebrated people, and they're kind of gross when I look at them. I remember back in the old days when people had to be good looking to be celebrated. Now people don't necessarily have to be good looking. They can just be run of the mill, play a piano occasionally. Play a piano or write a few songs. Back in the 80s, people had those write songs for them. Sinead O'Connor, for example, Prince wrote her song, Nothing Compares to You. I didn't know that. There were a lot of people. Hello, Charlotte. Good day, Charlotte. Hey, what's up? Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. I was hoping you'd all join. So now I know 4 o'clock, no, close to 4 o'clock, is a good time to start. So I can play some songs, almost partial songs, talk about getting married or not. I've been good. I haven't been bullied lately. People are noticing that. I saw that you subscribed to me. Yes, I did. I try to do that. As long as people leave a comment, I can go right to your channel. I can go to your channel and see what you're all about. It's nice to know what you're all about. Yes, it has been a while. Have you changed your handle to Twig or Twiggy? Thank you so much. All right, you're getting. I remember when I had only 12 subscribers, and then it doesn't seem to be a big deal when you get more subscribers. You just keep watching your subscriber list grow. And then the next step is watch hours. I need to get more watch hours. I haven't been getting watch hours. You have to jump through so many hoops to be a good YouTuber, to make it profitable. In order for it to be profitable, how many now? I think I'm almost 2,000 subscribers. Almost 2,000 subscribers. If you're watching on your laptop, you can see how many subscribers I have. That'd be nice if you got paid $1 for each subscriber. Wouldn't that be cool? Every month you got paid $1 for each subscriber. Why not? I mean, hey Brian. Hello Brian. Work whack 5. Work sucked. Doesn't work always suck? That's what we're all programmed to do. Show up to work. Show up to work and hate it. Wait until Friday at 5 o'clock when you can finally go home. So it's 1,054 almost. Yeah. So I'm getting there. Would that be nice to take home a paycheck for that amount? Just take home 1,500 for $1 for each subscriber. Well, they're going to they're doing a remodel, and we had to go all these cleaning jobs. Yeah, that's usually what construction workers. I used to always have to clean up after them. Construction workers, because they do the construction and then they have a crew come in behind them and clean up. They don't do their own cleanup. My cousin had a baby not too long ago. He'll be a week old. Wow. Did you get to hold the baby? Babies are very tiny. They're very tiny and light. You must be careful. They need a lot of neck support when they're first born. Babies! Babies make funny faces too. There's so many good things about babies. Looking at how small their hands are. Making sure they have 10 feet and 10 toes. And how they come in bald. Oh, I didn't. She lives all the way. Oh, okay, in Alaska. And I live in Alabama. My aunt lives in Alabama. We're next door neighbors. Georgia and Alabama. All we have to do is cross the border line and we're in each other's state. Oh, that's sweet. The baby is super healthy. Yes, that's what we can all hope for. Whenever a baby is born, we hope it's healthy. It has all its fingers and toes, 2 ears, 2 eyes, 1 mouth. I've heard some stories about births. Sometimes they're conjoined twins. Sometimes they're maternal twins, but not identical twins. Sometimes there's triplets. I think that's the highest it goes, is to have triplets. I know, very tiny. Babies are so tiny. I like when they burp, when babies burp. Sometimes you have to put a towel over your shoulder in case they spit up. All that, yeah, when babies spit up. Congratulations! Yes, healthy babies. That's what we can only hope for. It's so nice watching them take their first steps. A baby's first steps. Or listening to say their first words. It's like a competition to see if the baby says mama or dada. Which is it going to be, mama or dada? Or mailman? I used to always hear that. Your dad was the mailman. Your dad was the milkman. Your dad was the gardener. Imagine that. My daddy's a rocket scientist. That used to be a big deal, rocket science. This isn't rocket scientist. This isn't rocket science. It's like, wow, could you imagine being the guy who gets to say, I am a rocket scientist or a brain surgeon? Those seem to be the two top of the list jobs. A brain surgeon or a rocket scientist or a rocket brain scientist. We're working on a rocket brain. Everybody gets quiet in the room when you mention you're a rocket scientist. Brain surgery is very tedious. They have to make sure that you are awake. They have to make sure that your nerves are all functioning while they work on your brain. They don't want to disconnect the wrong thing. I guess the worst thing you could hear from a brain surgeon is oops. Oops or sorry. Oh, wait a minute. I can't feel my right hand. What happened? What are you doing in there? I heard that ancient brain surgeons, they used coconut when they cut out a piece of the skull. They would replace it with a coconut shell. Imagine that. Our skulls are like coconut shells. Did everything stop again? We're only 21 minutes into the show. That's so frustrating. There's 4 people. I notice when the numbers start going down, that's when I know that the chat has stopped. I think that's what happened again. Yep, the chat stopped again. I wonder who's in charge of that. Who's in charge of the chat? Oh, here we go. Somebody was typing in a paragraph. My cousin may move back to Alabama or Tennessee soon. Her husband had to go to Alaska because he works for the Coast Guard. My nephew works for the Coast Guard, or in his younger years. The Coast Guard is a very eclectic job. They're kind of like law enforcement and first responders. They do a lot of work, those Coast Guard folks. They have to respond to tragedies. I don't think they get a lot of press, though. You hardly hear about the Coast Guard. You hear about the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the Army, but you rarely hear about the Coast Guard. And also the National Guard. The National Guard is called out whenever there's a problem. Sometimes when there's a natural disaster, the Coast Guard is called out. The Coast Guard and the National Guard. National Guard, I guess they just guard the nation. My brother had to respond to Hurricane Katrina. That wasn't fun. He was handing out food to people who were ungrateful. It's like, you're lucky you're getting any food after Hurricane Katrina. They got to truck everything out to you. And then people say, I'm not going to eat that. It's like, you're going to eat something. You're going to eat a toe, eat a foot. Yeah, my nephew, who worked for the Coast Guard, he had some stories to tell. We are at Disney World when Hurricane Helene hit. Wow, I heard about that. Florida and North and South Carolina, I think South Carolina was affected. They say Hurricane Milton's on its way. Hasn't even touched land yet. It's already a Category 5. I guess it's time to get on an airplane and leave. Just leave. Whenever you hear a hurricane's heading your way, just get into your truck and go to the easiest route out of Florida. It's weird. It's almost like a lightning rod for either monsoons, tsunamis, or hurricanes. I guess earthquakes cause tsunamis, like that Fukushima. Could you imagine being at Disney World and all of a sudden you gotta seek refuge or seek shelter? It's a small, small world. Okay, everybody, we gotta seek refuge. We gotta seek shelter. We gotta get someplace safe. Someplace safe. We had to go through Atlanta to get home. Wow. Atlanta, Georgia? I think there's only one Atlanta. Atlanta, Georgia. We got some of the rain. I know we got some pretty high winds. I guess the ones who get the worst of it is Florida, just down there in the Gulf. There's the Gulf of Mexico right next to Texas, Alabama. I remember one hurricane when I was in Hawaii. I was on Oahu, and a hurricane, it didn't hit us. It was called Hurricane Iwa. It didn't hit us, but it tore off some roof shingles, made a lot of damage, did a lot of damage to cars. Coconut trees, there were a lot of coconut branches all over the place. I remember getting in the hallway. We were in the hallway. They told us get in the hallway, set up some mattresses, and wait for the hurricane to pass. I was so glad it didn't hit us. We would have been in big trouble. Cats are pretty good at staying out of danger. We thought we lost our cat, and it turned out that she was all right. That's one thing you got to watch out for is if you don't see any birds, if you suddenly not see any wildlife, that's a good sign that you're going to be in a hurricane or a tornado, and it's time for you to go hide. My sister made me get on the rock and roller coaster at the Disney Hollywood Studios. Disney is buying up a lot of different franchises. They bought Star Wars. I think Six Flags bought the Warner Brothers characters from 0 to 57 miles per hour. Yeah, upside down. I know. Don't eat lunch right before you go on a roller coaster. Roller coasters will make you remember what you had for lunch. Oh, I remember that. I think the one that I went on was the Gravitron. There was a ride called the Gravitron. It was at the California State Fair. You can't. You're stuck to the wall for the whole ride. Sometimes people can stand up on the ride. That is a lot of force, a lot of G's that your body's dealing with when you go on the Gravitron. And then the tilt-a-whirls. There was one called the Scrambler that I remember getting on. The fair always has the scariest rides. I'm trying to remember one that I went to on Six Flags. There was one at Six Flags where you had to stand up. And it was a stand-up roller coaster. I forget the name of it. Fright Fest is always good to go to. If you can afford to go to Fright Fest, get all the passes. You have people walking around in costumes. You ate the Scrabbler? The Scrabbler. There was one that spun and went back and forth. I forget what the name of that was. It was at Six Flags. You sit you sit down and it starts to spin like an egg beater, and that while it's spinning, it tips back and forth. Yes, just like outer space. There's a lot of rides that I wouldn't want to get on more than once, especially after you have some corn dogs or some funnel cakes. That carnival food is not, it's not good for you, the carnival food, but it sure is tasty. A nice deep fried corn dog or burritos. They charge way too much for that food. I'm trying to remember some other. Oh, I like watching the Hypnotist show. Whenever I went to the California State Fair, I was always sure to watch the. I always made sure I saw the Hypnotist. Yeah. Food and rides don't always mix. Getting on a ride right after you eat a good meal. I always like just walking around the fair. Sometimes they would have the animal exhibits. Or sometimes they would have reptiles. They had a reptile show. It was always fun. If you had nothing to do, go to the California State Fair. You could ride the monorail. You can get on all the rides there. I'd always walk through the carnival when you had to knock over bowling pins and all that, or shoot the hoops, or try to throw darts. Those are always rigged to where you would lose. I just walk right through and say, oh, come on, come on, come on, try your luck. It's like their luck has nothing to do with it. You're throwing the darts straight at the balloons and they're not popping. Or the ring tosses. Ring tosses are pretty fun. You have all those soda bottles. If you got a certain soda bottle, if you got the ring to go around it, you get a prize. Sometimes you can get a mirror. Sometimes you can get some kind of weird souvenir. You always try to get the big stuffed animal, so it could break your fall. If you were to trip, you would land on the stuffed animal. Hello, Spice Girl. Welcome to Eddie's Funhouse. It's always nice to have people join. I think I can do this for another 30 minutes. And then it'll be time to start dinner. Have you gone on one of the slingshots? I guess it's a chair with bungee cords attached to it. A lot of people pass out on those rides, or they get scared. You hear a lot of screaming and clothes coming off. I have to go and volleyball game. All right. Well, good luck. Volleyball's kind of fun to play if you're on a sandy surface. Cool. We have a volleyball court at the park. It looks like a huge sandbox, and they have the net set up. All you have to do is bring your volleyball. You're in basketball. How's that working out? That's one thing I hate is a double dribble. Sometimes they'll call you for having a double dribble. You grab the ball, you dribble for a while, and then you start dribbling again. Oh, cool. Do they make you wear knee pads when you're playing basketball? I want to play basketball. I'm not good at it. I guess it takes a lot of practice. A lot of practice and visualization. You got to visualize yourself actually making a basket, how it's going to work. Sometimes they hit just the rim, or they say nothing but net. If they get really good at it, they can actually call that shot nothing but net. The free throws, if you can get good at free throws, that's when everyone stands still and you get to throw it. You bounce the ball a couple times and then you just toss it up in the air. You got 10 shots in the hoop. That's pretty good. I have an arm brace. Yeah. That's always going to be your handicap for a while until you get the arm brace off. And then you'll be unstoppable. Have you heard that song? I am unstoppable. I put my armor on, show you how strong I am. I'm unstoppable. That's a good inspirational song. Get you inspired to get up out of bed. You just start playing Unstoppable. I am unstoppable. I know why this seems so long is because I started a live, and then the chat stopped working, and then I had to start another live to get the chat to start working again. That's why it seems like I've been sitting here for a couple of hours. And I guess this could work up an appetite. You still get to play? Cool. They don't put you on the bench. They don't call you a bench warmer. That's what happened to Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. They wouldn't let poor Rudolph join in any reindeer games. I wonder if they still played those. I remember when I was a kid, whenever Christmas time came around, they start playing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Frosty the Snowman. When some stuff scared me, I turned into an eagle. Whenever you get scared, you become an eagle. And then you can soar high above. She's so high, high above me. She's so lovely. She's so high, high above me. Because I scream. You scream like an eagle? Is that what they call you, screaming eagle? Rah! Rah! Eagles are very powerful birds. Eagles are strong enough to carry away a cat. Imagine that. Being able to carry a cat. They have very large claws. Or talons. They're called talons, not claws. They can carry a bass. Or a salmon. That's what they mostly go for, is salmon. Salmon. Salmon are huge. I used to see salmon up close in California. Around this time of year, too. October. That's when all the salmon start swimming upstream. They look prehistoric. And they have sharp teeth. I guess salmon are carnivores. They say that the eagles are off the endangered species list. They've been taken off the endangered species list. For a while, they were a protected animal. What's the chat I should chat for our game? Our team, the Wildcats. The Wildcats. What was that show? It was a Disney show. They were called the Wildcats. High School the Musical. Wasn't that High School the Musical? Many years ago. They were called the Wildcats. Here we come, we're the Wildcats. How about that? That would be a good chant. Here we are, here we come, we're the Wildcats. We're coming to get ya. We're coming to get ya. We're the Wildcats. Your camera. Why does your camera always glitch so much? Because this is a low-end phone. I need to get an upgrade. I don't have the money to get an upgrade. I guess that makes it, here we go. We're the Wildcats. We're coming to get ya. We're the Wildcats. Here we go. We're coming to get ya. No, we're coming for ya. That's even better. Here we go. We're coming for ya. We're the Wildcats. Here we go. Here we go. We're the Wildcats. We're coming for ya. We're coming for ya. We're coming down the mountain. There we go. Wildcats live in the mountains. So they have to come down the mountains. That'll get you going. Get the whole cheerleading squad. Here we come. We're the Wildcats. We're coming for ya. Go Wildcats. You know, make it sound like a good cheerleading drill. Isn't that what they call them? Cheerleading drills? You heard it here first, kids. The Wildcats chant. Row! Wildcats! Row! We're the Wildcats. Rawr! We're coming down the mountain. We're coming down from the mountain. We come only for victory. That's right. You chose that emoji. It's like, whatever. Whatever. Okay. I think it's time for me to go eat. I'm glad I can entertain you all. This is fun for the whole family. We can do this again tomorrow. Same bat time. I'm going to put all emojis. Thank you for the warning. What time is it now? It's 4:11. So maybe between 4:30 and 4:11? No, 3:30 and 4:11. Well, at least Charlotte said hi. I miss the times when we chat. I like to chat while I sit and look at myself in the camera. So you're hooked on emojis, eh? Emojis sometimes say more than what we could possibly type. A picture is worth 1,000 words. There we go. Okay. I guess I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for joining Eddie's Fun House, where you never know how much fun you're going to have. I guess I'll wait for people to say goodbye. If you want to say goodbye, you can. If you don't want to say goodbye, I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll be able to talk better. My beard and mustache will be a lot longer. Goodbye. I'll see you tomorrow.